Tonight I am going to share with you 10 types of people to avoid and the language that they speak. I'm sharing this with you because I have found myself in a tight situation in life, and I think it's due to my involvement with these types. And so here we go. The recruiter. The recruiter's key phrase is join the club. I'd like to say first that if you don't complain, this person can't get a foothold in your life, because the recruiter has to have something to play off of. So when you complain, join the club. You tell the recruiter you've had a bad week, and they will suggest you join the club. Oh, you've had a bad week? Well, join the club. And by the way, my week was worse. Let me tell you all about that. Out of money? Join the club. And I'm in debt, up to my ears. Sex life in the toilet? Join the club. And imagine having sex with someone you're not attracted to just so you won't feel alone. They sound like horrible clubs. You can be dragged deep into misery if you join the club. If you're spending a lot of time with the recruiter, you are probably part of the club. If you're wanting to join a club, join a running club and run away from this person. Guerrilla running, rain shadow running, and run amok are a few local options here in the Northwest. Debbie Downer. Debbie Downer's key phrase is, maybe they don't say the phrase, but it's just their attitude. Woe is me. And often Debbie Downer is also the recruiter. Debbie Downer has it the worst. Can't build or maintain relationships, can't get anything done, drinks too much, eats too much. And it's true, misery loves company, but misery loves like-minded company. When you meet their misery with positivity, it can cause them to become anxious around you. The anxiety can eventually be linked to you as the cause. And so when you come around, you make them nervous, and this causes tension between you and them, which brings tension to your life, and you don't need that. If we look closely, we normally compromise towards misery, then the Debbie Downer compromises towards joy. So if you hang out with the Debbie Downer and they're always trying to convince you that life is not great, you'll likely trend down towards that belief rather than them trending up towards joy. The rhetorical questioner. How are you going to do that? Now, when you're telling me your idea and I ask how are you going to do that, I'm asking because I want to continue the line of conversation. I pitch an idea, I pull an idea. However, the rhetorical questioner asks you, how are you going to do that, as a means to end the conversation. And what they're really saying is, you're not going to do that. This is an indication that this person doesn't believe in you. And the tone of the question will be a big indicator of which side of the question they fall on. Whereas it's like, how are you going to do that? Or, how are you going to do that? You see. One's meant to pull from you and one is meant to shut you down. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and pull the best from you. What are your ideas? Do you have a checklist? Do you have support? Do you have your support's contact info? How often do you talk to them? And where do they fit in? If you have people around you asking questions, make sure that they are asking you questions that are meant to lift you up and not keep you where you are stuck or to drag you down. The pitchman. The pitchman always thinks he has a better idea for what you should be doing in your life. The pitchman is very insistent that your idea can't work and they have a better idea. Don't you think you should get a regular job? Well, no, I don't. The pitchman is a salesman and doesn't necessarily believe in what he is selling. They're often miserable in their own life and hate their regular job. Mentally and physically ill people selling you on health and joy. Don't you think everyone deserves a chance? No. People who will take a chance deserve a chance. People who will discard a chance do not deserve a chance. With attention and honesty, we can clearly see who will take a chance and who will discard a chance. Don't you think you're a little hard on people? I'm adhering to to honest observation of cause and effect. Only myself or a mentor that I've chosen know what I should do, and only I can decide what I buy into. And you have to ask yourself which cause you believe in. The cause you're working for, or a cause the pitchmen in your life don't even believe. Like I said, people who hate their job will try to convince you that you need to get a job. The hard worker. This person is always talking about how hard they work. I work so hard. I work very hard. Always talking about how hard they work. Coal miners work hard. Child laborers work hard. And slaves work hard. What's the end result? You know, what else do you do besides work? You work very hard, and where are you in life? Are you healthy? Do you have joy? How are your relationships? Are you lifting with your back or with your knees? That is to ask, are you working smart? Are you blowing out your knees or having strokes because you work hard only? Be with people you can watch build strength and health through hard work, not the ones falling apart. If wrecked muscles, bones, and organs haven't convinced them to work smart, nothing you can say will change them. Hard work that builds strength in ourselves and those around us is what we're looking for, not work that breaks down ourselves and those around us. So I'm not saying don't value the hard worker. I'm just saying value the person who's also a smart worker. The empty promiser. Now I've gone through this a lot and have some experience. The empty promiser. The empty promiser's phrase is anything you need. Beware being duped by this phrase, anything you need. Anything you need until they think you owe them. After this, it turns into their list of things you need and things you don't need. These opinions are normally based on little to no information about the endeavor and far less real interest in the endeavor. Another evolution of the anything you need guy will be a person who brings you things, but they're broken or subpar, and end up resulting in a burden. Like they bring you a broken piece of equipment, and now you still need, like say a treadmill. They bring you a broken treadmill. Now you still need a treadmill, and you got to figure out how to get to the dump. You know, and you'll find if you have the habit that I had, that you will keep repeating that. You'll keep accepting broken goods and burdening yourself. You do, however, deserve gifts. Gifts are great. You do not deserve broken gifts or broken situations. So when you find the people who deliver, quality goods, mental, physical, spiritual goods, treat them well and give them priority alongside your closest family. There are people out there who will give you anything you need, but they are rare, and you have to keep your eyes open. The person who can't. Their key phrase is, we can't all do this. We can't all do that. We can't all be like you. And I would ask, why are you hanging out with people who don't believe they can do things? Why are you hanging out with people who don't believe they can do things? I'd like to change that, because they do believe they can do things. It's something else. Why are you hanging with people who don't want to believe they can do things? People vehemently pretending to have nothing to offer. I do say pretend. They know they have an ability, they have knowledge, and admitting it means they can do better. Being better takes work. The truth is, we all can, but we all won't. And when you roll with someone who can but won't, it puts you in situations where you could, but are not able to. Alright, the down player. And the down player's key phrase is, it's easy for you. Right? It's easy for you. It's easy for you. This is an easy cop-out for someone who has run out of excuses. You can be from the same lineage, raised in the same area, and have the same exact family even, and you still get hit with the "we can't all." This one gets me the most personally, because the down player has chosen to blatantly ignore all of the hours of studying, working, networking, compiling, strategizing. They have chosen to ignore the spiritual development, the fitness regimen, the health choices, the personal sacrifices as far as comfort go. If the people around you are honest with you, as they should be, they will not pretend it's easy for you. They see you grinding, and the down player is arguing towards things he doesn't believe. He can see it with his eyes. He just has to justify his own life. The insincere cheerleader. This is another one that gets me personally, because I think, I always say, fake smiles spread fake smiles. The person who truly believes in themselves will carry themselves in a certain way, and there will be tells. Someone who quotes a slogan can be very riled up, but self-confidence never touches their eyes. I don't mean their eyes don't crinkle when they smile, because crinkling eyes can be faked. I'm talking about the emotion, the sparkle, and the gloss that a real smile produces and can't be faked. Real smiles spread real smiles. Practice finding things to smile about. Fake enthusiasm can also be read and spread. Fake enthusiasm normally comes with fake smiles. Pay attention to the type that gets pumped up and takes no action. Pay attention to the type who gets pumped up, gets started, and falls off, because you'll notice that there's tells towards these things. The more people you encounter that do this, if you're honest with yourself, you will notice that there's normally some patterns. I don't think the order is state quotes and then achieve a state. I think it may be achieve the state and state the quote. Because, yeah, that's all I got for that. Okay, and the Riddler. So the Riddler, it's more what the Riddler doesn't say. The Riddler never answers a question outright, and they answer a different question than the one you asked. They rarely say what they mean, so pay attention closely and take note if you ever get them to say what they mean. Because if you get the Riddler to say what they mean, and you might be shocked, they'll let you know their true intent. And you might be shocked, but take note and don't forget, because that's the only opening you're going to get to see their true intent. When you're around the Riddler, you'll constantly be stalled out and have little to no understanding of the situation you're in. Business, relationships, team, family, friendship, money, just anything you get involved with them will be diluted and never quite... anything you get involved in with these people will... there'll be a lot of confusion, and you're going to find yourself going nowhere. Often you'll find the Riddler is hiding information that even if having you know it would benefit them, they still can't let you have that knowledge, because they are operating on... Well, knowledge is power, right? But the Riddler only wants power for themselves, even at the detriment of themselves. The Riddler knows you know he's up to something. You ever be talking to a guy and he just says some straight off the wall, and you go, right? He sees that you did that. He knows that you're questioning what he said. He knows you don't believe it, but he pushes on, because he also knows you're not going to do anything about it. It's a bullying tactic to keep you wrapped up in the Riddler's mess, for them to take advantage. You may think if you stick around, the Riddler's going to learn to value you, but if you're honest, you will admit that his endurance for avoiding the topic is endless. This will go on forever. Go out in the world and notice if you have people around you using these phrases, and if they do, they might be one of these types that we're talking about. If you found my insight helpful, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share it with your friends. Thank you.